Glad, Belly, hear me play for the first time in Deep Ellum. And we travel together for the next 4 years. Deep Ellum. When you go down on Deep Ellum, keep your money in your hands, 'cause them redheads in Deep Ellum never give a man a chance. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. When you go down on Deep Ellum just to have a little fun, have your $15 ready when the policemen come. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues.
Welcome to Urban Arts Live. I have the amazing opportunity to talk to two phenomenal artists that are doing some great things here in Dallas and abroad. I want to welcome Akin Babatunde and Dontray Davis. Hey guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So we are here talking about Lonesome Blues, which is premiering, I'm sorry, not premiering, but it's actually going to be at the Undermain Theater. Akin, we've seen the story of Blind Lemon Jefferson through your eyes before. Can you tell us about that journey?
Yeah, it's a pretty long and fruitful journey. The collaboration that I have had with Dr. Alan Govenar. We were introduced to each other by Margie Reese, who was the head of the Office of Cultural Affairs at the time. And Alan had been working on a play about Blind Lemon for quite a while. It was called Serious Black Snake Moan. And Margie had said, if Akin gets involved, and he's really involved, then you've got somebody who will stick with it. And when we met, we recognized that we had an immediate connection, and our collaboration has been existing for over 25 years. Wow. I can't believe that. It started with Blind Lemon, Prince of Country Blues, which was done at the American Festival of Cultures, and the keynote speaker at that time was August Wilson, who allowed us to use a quote he gave, that Blind Lemon was the voice of Black America at the time. And then it had a cast of 16, and and it starred my great friend, the late David Peaston, who was a phenomenal singer. He played Blind Lemon. Interesting story, the play Blind Lemon Blues, which was the second kind of birth of it. Alan and I saw a play on Broadway called Ain't Nothing But the Blues. We were sitting there, me and his wife, Kalita, and oh my God, I looked up on the screen. I said, Alan, looks like one of your photographers, because Alan has documentary arts, which documents the world of African Americans in Texas. He have over 50,000 images. He said, that is my image. Wow. And he got in touch with the gentleman who had it done, and that person became a friend of ours. And when he saw the play, we eventually did the full production at Water Tower Theater. He said, you will never tour this show or move it anywhere else with a cast of 16.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we changed it, and it became Blind Lemon Blues.
Wow.
And in that production was a well-known Dallas and now Broadway actress, Liz Michael.
Shout out to Liz Michael.
Shout out to Liz Michael. We all know Caven and Yarborough.
Yes.
Caven and Lois Echo, Yarborough and Peoples said, don't you stop the music.
Don't stop the music.
They were in it. And Benita Arbery, another wonderful popular singer. And then when Benita couldn't do it and Cave couldn't do it, Benita couldn't do it. Lillian White, Tony Award winner Lillian White. So let me wrap this up so you could ask your other questions.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
Oh,
This is
okay.
history.
But then somebody called us from Austin and they wanted to do a production. And I said, oh no, I'm not gonna redo that show with a different cast. Because the parts of this show are so specific and so detailed. As a matter of fact, when we did it off-Broadway, we took it to off-Broadway and to summer stage as well. The New York Post said we were the pick of the week over Lin-Manuel Miranda's play, not Hamilton.
Okay.
What was the one
In the
before?
Heights.
In the Heights.
In the Heights.
Oh, wow.
We were the pick
Wow.
of over In the Heights. But you know, of course, that we didn't have the money to move it forward.
Exactly.
And Alan said, well, people want to do it again. I said, that's good.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to work that hard. I'm not going to do that. That would be teaching everybody all of those details and the way it shows. He says, well, let's do it. It's a one-man show. You could do it. I never wanted to play Blind Lemon.
Oh, wow. So in all those iterations, you never played?
Never.
You just directed it?
I directed it.
Oh, wow.
I played Lead Belly.
Oh, okay, okay.
At Water Tower, I played Lead Belly because David Pearson was fantastic.
Right.
And he got sick and eventually died right before we were supposed to go on our European tour.
Wow.
And Joe, our lawyer, said, well, you know who should have been doing it all along is you, Akin. I said, oh, hell to the no. And there was a movie about Blind Lemon and the relationship between Lead Belly. And I contacted him because he was a friend of my brother's, and I wanted him to come and do it.
Yeah.
And I kept looking and looking for somebody else to do it. And I ended up, it was right before we had to go, maybe 2 weeks before we had to go. I stepped into the role.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up taking on Blind Lemon.
That's awesome. Blind Lemon was discovered in Deep Ellum, right here in Dallas, right?
Yes.
And to bring the show to Undermain, which is in Deep Ellum.
Oh, yeah.
A legendary theater in Dallas. What does that mean to you, Jay?
It means the world to know that this man was found literally blocks away from where I will be doing the show here. It's, as I tell Mr. B, I sit here and I am in awe. There's so many specifics that go into the makeup of Blind Lemon Jefferson. Right. And just reading it, reading the lines off the page is okay, but the magic truly comes when you hear those songs, when you hear the memories that happen throughout the show. And every day, even in rehearsal, I tell them all the time, oh, it hit me.
Yeah.
Something hit me, I don't know what it is. And Mr. B will say, well, that's the spirit of Blind Lemon. And it's just magical to be here, to know that he used to be on the streets, on the corner, just a couple of blocks away, singing out his heart, singing through the pain, singing through all of that, not even trying to make, thinking he was going to get that far, just literally telling his story. And it's a full circle moment for me. It is.
Speaking of telling the story, Akin, you have been with this show for 25 years, and being able to pass that torch to Jay. A lot of people wouldn't do that. They would say, this is my baby. I'm not going to pass the torch. What made you say that it's now time for somebody else to pick up this torch?
Well, I never wanted to play him. I didn't want the stipulation of being an egomaniac. When I was in New York, we had two different cast members who were not original. And they used to make fun of me. They say, oh, use that thespian. I sort of stopped that, because people they think, oh, he wrote it, choreographed it, acted it. I didn't want that stipulation. It just fell into my lap. Blind Lemon was the biggest selling country blues singer of his time. Yeah. And August Wilson, like he said, he listened to Blind Lemon for years before writing Ma Rainey, but he couldn't find enough information on him. So I wanted to pass the torch for a while. I really did. I was looking for the right person, Alan Govenar and I, who, and I didn't say his full name, who is my wonderful collaborator. Both of us have spent years of our lives pouring into this, and it doesn't even feel like that. But we have had opportunities to do it, and I just didn't want to do it. I'm in my twilight years now. But I directed a play called Abyssinia at
love that show.
Thank you. At the Majestic Theater. And I cast a person named Dontray Davis in it. Right. And what I liked about him was his ability to grow. As young actors sometimes, across the country, I've heard this from seasoned professionals like myself. I'm an elder, and I've been in this business over 50 years. So that's a gift. But I also have wisdom that comes with that. And some young people want the rewards, but they don't want the work. Yes. They want the rewards without the toil. Right. And I grew up in a time with, Denzel Washington, Debbie Allen, before they would start, Sam Williams.
Yeah, at the Negro Ensemble.
Oh, yeah. I performed at the Negro Ensemble, but I was a member of La Mama. Oh, but we were, and National Black Theater, we were all in that world. Right. So when I saw an artist like Tosha Story and Liz Michaels, who were in my company, Vivid Theater Ensemble, when I saw an artist who had that hunger and desire to consistently grow, I saw that in Jeremy. And I said, that's Blind Lemon. And it doesn't hurt that he's born in Bahia, where Blind Lemon is from. It doesn't hurt. It was like it was serendipity, right?
For sure.
And so I said, I got something for you. And I said, but I'll let you know. And this is what I had for him. And when I spoke to Alan Govenar, he said, yeah, okay, you sure? Yeah. And we met with Alan and with Bruce. And I said, if we're going to do it at Undermain, I have somebody who could do it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jay, these are big shoes to fill.
Oh my God!
I mean, you've worked all over Dallas, worked all over the country. What are you bringing to this one that we can look forward to?
I realize I have really big shoes to fill coming after Mr. B. I want to bring in my terms, a sense of home to it. As Mr. B said, I'm actually from Bahia. I grew up my entire life driving past his grave, and having no connection until Mr. B talked to me about Blind Lemon Jefferson, not knowing anything about him, which made me want to delve deeper into what I could find on him. So I think what I'm going to bring is a nuance to the spirit, bringing it into the newer decade, hoping that people will leave the show saying, I need to know more about this man. I want to go and see, I want to pull up whatever I can on Blind Lemon Jefferson, because to be honest with you, listening to the music, you get lost in it. I mean, you can feel the pain. You can feel, the spirit of him coming through and speaking to you. And it's like he grabs a hold of your soul and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you get lost within the song and it's hard to come out of it. Even as the actor in rehearsals, it's like, oh man, this song just hits me in a way. You hear your favorite song on the radio, that's it, So I want to bring a sense of awareness as to how amazing and how great he truly was. You know, because I feel like he didn't get his, you know, he didn't receive his flowers.
Right.
So I'm gonna try my best to make sure that everybody within the reach of this show understands how amazing his artistry was.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm speaking of music. What's that one song that you found yourself humming just like down the street?
Deep Ellum Blues.
I
mean, it
how
is
fitting.
it's a bop, as they say.
It's a bop.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a bop.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I mean, it's a lot of the cadences in which he sings was way before his time.
Yeah.
Way before his time, and it's just remarkable to know that this man was blind.
Yeah, and his range, his octave was
I mean,
vast.
Can you give us a little bit of it?
Sure. When you go down on Deep Ellum, keep your money in your pants, 'cause them redheads in Deep Ellum never give a man a chance. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues.
Nice. I mean, drop right in. Wow.
I mean, it's contagious. It really is. It gets all over you.
I'm excited about this show. Thank you guys for us.
You know, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, but I do want to pay respect and homage to Catherine Doe Owens, because Alan Govenar and I truly was looking for the right director for this production. So I'm actually recreating, but some of the direction, but the basis of that is, and of what you'll see, is Catherine's direction. So I want to respect that. And I, when she passed, I sang something from her funeral, and people were really moved by it. And Catherine used to cry in rehearsal all the time when I sang this. So I feel like her spirit is embracing us as well. And I appreciate the Undermain Theater and Bruce DuBose and everybody who's a part of it for honoring that legacy and honoring, more importantly, the legacy of Blind Lemon Jefferson.
And Catherine directed you off Broadway.
Yes,
in
she
York,
did.
right?
She really did.
Yeah. So we speak her name for sure.
Yeah.
We do. Make sure you get tickets to Lonesome Blues at the Undermain Theater. It'll be in the link below. We'll see you next time.
Lad, Belly, hear me play for the first time in Deep Ellum. And we travel together for the next 4 years. Deep Ellum. When you go down on Deep Ellum, keep your money in your pants, 'cause them redheads in Deep Ellum never give a man a chance. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. When you go down on Deep Ellum just to have a little fun, have your $15 ready when the policemen come. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy got them Deep Ellum blues.